Hey everybody, Prepper Nurse 1 here. It is still Tuesday, December 1st, 2020. This is going to be so sad because I'm going to get into 2021. I'm going to be still saying 2019. I don't know. But anyway, so it's funny. It's snowing here, as you can see. And I was just in town, and down in town it was raining. So, big difference. Now the pups are out right now. They're going to be coming back in here shortly. I'm going to be bringing them in probably when this video's done. And so just watching the vehicle go by. So, but anyway, it's raining in town. It's snowing up here, of course. But we're going to be talking about stress in this video. But I wanted to show you really quickly before we jump into that topic. I was going to bury the propane line, so you can see the line underneath the tank. I buried it through that area. This part here was already buried, and then I had to bury it through here, through and over here. So I did that. I did bring more stone over as well into this area and over into this area as well. So it's all buried, and then, like I said, I ended up adding more stone and put it up through here. Now, on the other side here, basically all I got to do is this will be all stone. I'll just cover that up with stone, and so that'll be buried in the stone. But yeah, so that's all taken care of, that part of it, because it's like I didn't want to have them above ground and trying to walk on the paths with the the propane line out there. So obviously before the ground all freezes, I needed to get that done. So here's Miss Molly. Gonna go inside, baby? Come on. Anyway, so I wanted to talk in this video today, and I was thinking about this because I can remember. There we go. Get in there. All right. She's very skittish, and so she's not a big fan of the new puppy yet. So I have to grab her a lot of times to get her to go in, and she won't go near anybody else pretty much except for me. So it makes it more interesting. All right, so let's get into the topic of this video, guys. Talking about stress. Stress is a silent killer. It really, really is. I know with my situation when I was still being part of the whole system, supposedly living the dream, having the big house and 2 cars and and all that type of stuff, and I was working like ridiculous amounts of hours. It's very, very stressful, and you're trying to take care of all the bills, and and when each month you get a little further behind and not farther ahead. And at the time, I did a 10-year period, and I've talked about this before. So I just want to bring this up to kind of use a point of reference. For 10 years, I worked 66 hours a week. I worked my butt off. I worked the equivalent of what most people work in 15 years. I did it in 10. Okay, and I just I did what I had to do to support my family. I was very, very highly stressed all the time, and long story short, it got to a point where you get burnt out. You really get burnt out. I was on my way to a heart attack or a stroke. If I had continued to do that for another 10 years, I probably would have dropped dead. I probably would have had a heart attack or a stroke, and that would have been it. That'd have been done. When you are under that pressure constantly of how you're going to take care of things, how are we going to get the bills squared away, how are we going to do this, how are we going to do that, it is maddening, and it's a lot of worry on you. A lot of you out there right now are facing that same situation, especially with everything going on with this whole virus. People are out of work. There's not jobs to go back to. How are you going to take care of your family? It's a very, very stressful time, and stress is something that, number one, that will affect your immune system. If you are stressed out all the time, your immune system is going to be weakened, and you're going to have more issues, and you're going to have more problems because of that. And so that's something that people really need to take into consideration. People don't think about that, but it's like stress is an absolute killer. If you have any way possibly can in your life, get rid of the stress, get rid of the things that are stressing you out, be it relationship-wise, lifestyle, or whatever. Change what you're doing, because I'm going to tell you what, and this is something that I want people to really remember, because I think this is really, really important. The one thing, and I think this is huge, to be honest with you, in my opinion, the one thing you can never get back is time. Those 10 years that I worked like a madman and just worked constantly, I had 1 year I didn't even take a vacation 1 year. I made great money, but it was just, it's a horrible way to live. It's a horrible way to live. And, but time you can't get back. And if you have children, and if you love your children, obviously we all want to provide for our children and give them a decent life. But if you're not there for them, if you can't be at the events that they want you to be at, that are important to them, that's going to end up causing problems down the road. And then they'll stop asking. They'll want you to come. They'll want you to come for a long time. And then when you constantly make excuses of why you can't come, then eventually they stop asking. And then they grow up, and a lot of people wonder why their kids don't want to have anything to do with them. Well, it's how you treat your kids, and it's how you raise them. And if you don't show them that love and affection that you should, a lot of times, and not every time, don't get me wrong, guys, I don't want you to think that, that's the end all be all, but, that is definitely a factor. Sometimes kids grow up and, they go out into the world and they just turn into a-holes. That happens too. They have to find themselves, they have to go through their own journey. And hopefully, if you're there as a support system, that they'll be back there for you. But again, it's stress is a terrible, terrible thing. Absolutely terrible thing. So I know for myself, when I completely changed everything about my life, and I made drastic changes, as anybody that's watched this channel knows, I made some very, very extreme choices. I made some extreme changes in my life. And, and I'm going to tell you what, I don't regret one thing. I don't regret any of it, because where I'm at now, my stress is not there anymore. And I still have monthly bills, don't get me wrong, but nowhere near like I had before. Not even close to what I had before. It was insanity before. And, so my life is much, much better now. And, and I'm very blessed, very, very blessed. I'm very fortunate to be able to do the things that I want to do in my own time frame, getting things done, working on my own place. It's been a fantastic blessing, absolutely a fantastic blessing. So, very, very fortunate in that part of it. But, we've put a lot of hard work into here as well, obviously. And now I have Mom and my sister here. And I'm happy to have them here with me as well. I think that is an awesome thing. And so that, that again is another blessing as far as I'm concerned. They're here, I can watch over them, I can keep them safe, and that's important to me. That's really, really important to me. But again, getting back to stress, if you don't do something, if you are stressed out constantly, you're constantly worrying, how are you going to pay this? How are you going to take care of that? And all those things. That'll kill you. That absolutely will kill you in the long term. So again, if you can make changes, evaluate. What I did a lot of self-evaluation, and I put myself in positions where I was extremely, hugely in debt. And like I said, I've made some extreme decisions, very extreme. But like again, I don't regret any part of it. I don't. My life is much better now. I'm happy. I have a good life, and very, very little stress. Very little stress. The normal stuff. I worry about my children, of course. But, not to a point where like, oh my God, where are they? What are they doing? What's going on? Type of stuff. But, you always worry. I don't think you're ever going to stop worrying about your children ever. But, so, that's part of it. But, you just got to, any of us can do is just to try to do the best that we can do. But I'm telling you right now, guys, I know that myself, I knew where I was headed. And so I had to make some choices to, get rid of that stress, get rid of that huge debt that I was in, and those type of things. And I did. And then we came here. We bought this property, and it has been a work in progress, and it has taken us a long time to get to where we're at. I mean, like I said, June started my 6th year here, so 5.5 years now. I have been at the homestead, so none of this happened overnight. It didn't just magically. What kills me, and people will say, well, it must be nice to have money. I don't have tons of money. I don't. But it's like I try to plan things, I try to organize, I try to budget things, to make sure I can get things done and get things squared away. And YouTube has been great. I mean, I've been very, very fortunate to be. When you get to do what you love to do, I love prepping. I love talking about prepping. I love living this lifestyle. So, for me, it's very easy, and I'll talk to anybody about it. Anybody. So it's an easy thing for me. It's a blessing to be able to sit there and share information and talk about different things. And like I said, I have strong opinions. I'm not going to lie. I've always said I have strong opinions. That doesn't make me right. And some of the choices that I've made in my life, some people would say it was the wrong way to do it. But you know what? I did what I had to do for me. And so, that's what it came down to. And I try to give my kids a good life. Obviously Heather's doing very, very well in school. Eddie's living with Mom now. And, I'm sure one day Eddie'll be back home. And when he comes back home, when I put this addition on next year, he's going to have a room. He will always have a room. He will always have a place to come back to. So, that is not an issue in any way, shape, or form either. So, but anyway, that's kind of it. I just wanted to talk about if you can reduce your stress, it's going to make a big difference in your life. You're going to feel better. You're going to sleep better. Being stressed out is just an absolutely horrible, horrible thing. And I'm going to tell you what, I think back to those times when I was as stressed out as I was, and I just think, how did I do that? Realistically, I'm like, how did I manage? Very, very fortunate, very, very fortunate to be in a position where I could change it, do something different, and not have to be stressed like I was back then. And like I said, I think I'm going to have a nice long life, and that's my game plan anyway. So, yesterday, we ended up with 2 eggs yesterday with the birds, and I have pulled 4 eggs today so far. So, they are definitely back into laying mode, which is good. And but I'm gonna get these puppies in the house. What do you think, C's? Where'd Pandora go? Where's Pandora? Pandora? Oh, she's over there. I didn't even see her. You blended in, Pandora. Yes, you did. Are you guys ready to go in? All right, I'll get you in shortly, I promise. Yes, good babies. Good puppies. So, anyway. So that's it for now, guys. I want your feedback on this. I want to hear what you guys have to say. What is your plans? I mean, how are you planning on reducing and get rid of your stress? Because like I said, I hate to see people waste their lives. And again, like I said before in the beginning of this, when I said, the one thing you can never get back is time. That's the one thing you can never get back. So I didn't want to live my life with regrets. I wanted to live. And so, like I said, I did what I had to do for me and my family, and so that I could make sure that I'm here for them. So, and like I said, it's worked out really, really well. So, again, I'm very, very fortunate as well. So, but there's Mr. Abe. What's up, baby? Want to go in the house? Come on, baby. Come on. Well, then let's get over there. Let's get over by the stairs. Well, come on. Yeah. So anyway, guys, remember, we are all in this together. Come on, Abe. Abe, come on. What are you doing? Huh? Well, come here. Hold on a second, guys. Come here. Oh. Okay. being a squirrel. Don't be a squirrel. There. All right. And there goes Miss Molly. So, anyway, remember, we are all in this together. We are one race called the human race. I think that's really important. I think a lot of people do lose sight of that. Stop letting them manipulate you. Stop letting them teach you to hate people because of the color of their skin or their religious preference. That is absolutely ridiculous that we allow that to happen. As human beings, we need to be looking at things in a more positive manner. Okay? Also remember to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really important that we tell the people that we care about every single day how we feel. Also remember STD. Step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you are trying to do, whatever you are trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that's going to stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from that negativity, stay away from negative people that want to bring you down. Don't let them bring you down, okay? I will talk to you all later. I hope everybody's having a great day. Prepper Nurse 1 out for now.